Alright, it's been a while since I made a video, and wow, there's a lot of stuff happened. Well, I think people are learning that blocking canals is dangerous for everybody involved, and I think that supply chain should be always connected. I don't think we could ever pull anything with a broken 3H chain. I don't think we'd even try, right? I think that people learn stockpiling dangerous weapons and being asked to stop threatening people with them has been proven that it doesn't work. I think a lot of people are realizing that the America of old is finally gone. We finally have a leader like Trump. We finally have people that will say, hey, like Pete Hegseth, like, we're watching and we're willing to keep our people safe. So if you decide to make that target lock, that's an act of aggression. And that's what they're saying. Like, you guys can't keep on trying to play tag with missile systems. You know, that's a dangerous game of tag, right? That's like dumb game of tag. These guys hear it, then they get panicked, and then they're like, well, what am I, they should never be put in that situation, any of them. So we're learning that not only are we able to superiorly get over all their anti-aircraft systems, but we also have a lot of people that are defecting towards America, realizing that we're not trying to have a war. We're just trying to re-establish supply chains. Who broke those supply chains the most? Well, it's look up the boat names on who's all parked over there by Qatar. That would be the participating companies, or they have been hijacked. So a lot of people, very rich people, are now having their, it's like a yearly investment tracked by these people. That's what's happened. All right. So they have a year's investment or even more. It could be even 10 years on one of those boats. They played games with some people that have money, the fuck you money. Like, that's what's happened. All right. They bought the missiles. They bought the fucking gas for the planes, the fucking boats. They've sent them over there. This has all been signed. This has all been spent. People have been fed. People have been promised to be fed. People promised to be protected. Promised to have backup. This is a fucking deal now. So Iran, obviously, that regime's done. There's no doubting that. Greenland will be America's. Canada probably will become a new 51st state. Trump's already said that. That's probably going to happen. You can cry all you want, but in the world that we're living in right now, I don't think it really matters. I think if we allow the Middle East to continue to destabilize themselves over ironically dumb policy ideas of control and power by just manipulating and fear instead of actually having trade, well, they're eventually going to continue to want to leave that place, as they have, and they have migrated massively, okay? The next time they want to migrate would be like anything that we have ever seen. Now, can we stop it? Of course we can. America, we got the best, biggest machines. We've asked everyone else to come and let's have a competition, a friendly competition of advancing technology, not only in Alaska, but also in Greenland. Let's have both areas, both industries compete friendly against each other. That way we make sure we have an advancement of technology in between the two places. You cannot just do it in one place. It's not enough competition. 2, if we do not get the Nile cleaned to where they can feed themselves, that's the biggest problem here, is them being able to feed themselves. Well, also the water. They rapidly produced uranium and dumped it in their fresh water. They used their fresh water to even steam their uranium. That was their own fault. What can we do and not hurt ourselves? 1, you have to get new land that's not been used. 2, you need a new chain of resources to now bring back around to the people that have fucked themselves and want us to pay for it. That's where we're at now. So we don't want to have to do a massive bombing because that is what the other side wants. They want to enrage more radicals. Unfortunately, that is their bread and butter. They want to get people emotionally involved, and then they no longer care, and they're willing to do whatever they want to get revenge. That's the name of the game with them, mainly. So they had became so radicalized, and they became so, just for so long they've been enslaved, that it's really caused a problem. It's a real problem now. Disease and incest and all that stuff is almost irreversible. Okay? We cannot continue to let this spread throughout. We're not saying to purge anybody or anything. We're just saying let's try to stay there, like a quarantine. We'll send help and let you guys restabilize yourselves instead of begging for help. That's not going to work. So we got people are gonna have to learn that this is not a game. This is world politics. This is the real deal. This is what you all read about in history. Some of these nuclear fucking aircraft carriers never leave port unless something's happened. And it happened, obviously. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Some of those people in that World of Peace room, some of the most richest people in the world, don't usually get together for too many things. They usually have their own world. They literally can buy their own world. And that's what they do. Now we're actually, for the first time, asking them, hey, you guys probably need to work together for a little bit before we're all screwed. And that's what it looks like, as people are starting to finally cut some deals that make sense for advancement instead of just this cogwheel that has turned into a freaking meat grinder recently. It's just, that's how bad it's working. It is just throwing stuff at anything just to try to see if it works. So Trump's they've obviously went through a plan. They've been attacked for 10 years or plus. So that's why I trust Trump. I believe that they do have a plan. It's working. And you guys just need to relax and let some stuff play out before you think it's going to happen, because nothing bad's happened. We know their military. We know the capabilities of it. They never want to go into a fight for a reason. They don't like it. So we're trying to, they were bluffing. Trump called it. Europe bluffed. They called it. And now they're all stuck. Russia is almost the strongest country now in the Eastern Hemisphere. Now Russia's like, do I take all these in and all their problems, or do I talk to America and try to work it out without all their problems? That's what I would be thinking. You're going to take on all the other countries just because you're the biggest country and you're on their hemisphere. When that ice is the only thing that really separates trucks. We could literally use it as a road. We can start chain tiring supplies back through Alaska, back through Russia, and stop this mentality that Russia and America will never get along. You guys will have to change too. But if not, China doesn't plan on accepting you guys ever. And we don't plan on ever bending either. And there's a vast ocean in between us, and you have neighbors that they say some crazy shit all the time. So I wonder who's going to come through and who won't.